Of students as a motivational speaker of sorts, and as you listen to his story, you wonder if anything can bring this man down. I met him yesterday during his 4th trip to Boise and came away with a much sharper view. When you see martial arts black belt Robert Ott breaking boards, demonstrating self-defense, and turning concrete bricks to dust, he looks like most accomplished martial artists. But Ott knows more than anyone. There is much more than how things look. For example, he was named the World Martial Arts Man of the Year in 1993. The association didn't realize until later that Robert Ott is blind.
I am completely blind. I have a prosthesis in my right eye. I cannot smell. My taste is very little, and my left eye is pretty much out of commission.
He recounts the moment matter-of-factly 10 years ago when his life changed.
On October 6, 1990, I became an innocent victim of a violent crime. I ended up in a small little confrontation with an individual, and I guess the sad part was I was trying to back out of the whole thing the whole entire time, and this gentleman cracked the door open, put the gun to my head, and pulled the trigger. The bullet entered my left temporal lobe of my brain, cut the nerves to my left eye, and blew up in my right eye.
He has taken that one horrible moment and turned it into countless positives as he teaches other visually impaired students and anyone who will listen a confident way of life.
I've taken this situation's happened to me and I've reversed it. And I've learned to take my story and share with others to help them understand what the challenges of life are about.
I asked Ott how he gets his demonstrations across to visually impaired students when what he does is so visual. That's when he taught me a lesson.
Well, it's very interesting what you just said. So much of this is visual. That's the way you see it because you can see. When you don't see, so much of this is not visual. So much of this is feeling, smelling, tasting, sensing, creating the picture in your mind, understanding it, bringing it to the heart where it really needs to be rather than the outer shell. When I teach martial arts, I teach martial arts from the heart.
Ott continues to live by words his mother said to him shortly after going blind. The more you give up, the more the man who shot you keeps winning. So Ott simply never gives up.
We face challenges in life, difficulties and losses, but we cannot let that stop our life and who we are as a person. And I chose not to.
Now, Ott lives near Seattle, owns and operates his own restaurant, goes to college part-time, and as I mentioned, he never gives up.
He does it all.
He said that bullet went through a part of his brain to where he very easily could have not been able to breathe, walk, or so actually he feels fortunate for his situation that all he lost was his eyesight, and you can tell he is just living life, not letting his lack of eyesight keep him down.
Those types of stories are so amazing because it's when people overcome what some consider a disability. It's just so inspirational, obviously.
Well, obviously, I learned a lesson when I asked him that question about, well, it's so visual what you're doing, and he just explained so much of what else is going on.
And it's a valid question because that's what we see.
That's what we see, right?
Yeah. But he's just
and we're
a
a visual medium, all about seeing, and here he is just describing so many other aspects.
Well, cool. Great story, Joe.
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you.